No. All right. Hello, another week of light languages and collective healing intentions. I'm Ismael Rodriguez. We are here spreading the light languages in the world. I would like to dedicate this week to a relative of mine, my auntie, who passed to the other world or to the other dimension 2 days ago. She was a lady who spent her entire life transforming and transmuting negativity or lower vibrations into very high vibrations, and not even knowing that that was her mission. She didn't even think that that was a spiritual part of herself. She didn't even talk about it. She was just that, naturally and essentially. She was a very authentic being, and wherever she was going, she was cheering up every single being around her. She was like my second mother. So I want to dedicate this week of light languages and all this love to her. She's already working in many other levels because I felt her presence 2 days ago, and then today once again she came and she came across my body, making me feel the traditional chills in my body. So this is for you, Auntie Trinity. Her name was Trinity, and yes, so here we are going to be every first, second, and third week. Some months they have more Thursdays, so always every last Thursday we have that Thursday off. I believe that this month has one extra Thursday, so the last one we will be off on the fifth Thursday. And anyway, it's Christmas, I believe, already. So most of you will be celebrating and doing other things instead of being here. I will be anyway, because I take this opportunity to send love in public to everyone, and to have this space. If there are one person, two person, five persons, I do it anyway, because I think it's really good. It's really nice. It's nice for me. It's nice for whatever reason we are sending those light languages for. Sometimes are for people who have not this technology that they can use in order to connect with each other. Sometimes it's just for other realms or other entities who are in another places, and they are also going through tough situations and moments. These spaces are not only with the audience that we might get here whilst we are here in the group. These spaces are also with the audience from many dimensions, and that's something I have been receiving a lot of confirmations and messages about. Here we are sharing these moments with incredible entities, light entities from many dimensions, from many planets and galaxies. So I'm so happy that every time they come and they tell me this is actually happening, Ismael, and they give me that confirmation, because first I get it as a feeling, and then I create a doubt with my mind, then I get again the feeling, and then I create another doubt, and then when I get that several times, I end asking, and then I receive a massive channeling, a massive confirmation, say, yeah, it's actually, yeah, it's happening. It's not you just making that up. It's actually happening. So even if I have one person or only myself in the group 1 week, I'm gonna still run the group, because I'm gonna use that space and that time to send love or manifest whatever I feel guided to do. This is something that we don't plan ahead. There is not a schedule that we follow or some protocol that we follow, a guideline that we really follow. It's all spontaneous. We have a small order in terms of doing some blessings, grounding meditation, and then intentions, but the rest of the group happens as we go. So I'm gonna let, no, this one, no, this gentleman is confusing the week, I mean the day. He doesn't speak English. He's from my group in Spanish and Portuguese. That is tomorrow. So yeah, welcome everyone. Anyone is welcome. If you watch this video, anybody is welcome to this group, whether you speak light languages or not. This is a sacred space that we created to expand the light languages, but also to help and to allow people to expand themselves. How? Through expression, allowing the expression of the soul to manifest. So this is a place where we are not competing, we are not judging, and you can feel comfortable, and you will see that, Katie, as the group goes on, that here everyone one by one, and I'm so lucky and so lucky, so honored to have these brothers and sisters coming gradually every week. There is someone else coming new who feels the call to come to the group, and they end staying, or maybe they don't come every week, but they come when they can make it, and that's wonderful. And this is because we manifest that, we let that happen, we let people be themselves in this group. A lot of people get activations in this English group and in my Spanish and Portuguese group, the same, because of that same reason, because they feel comfortable. And when they feel comfortable between a huge group of people or a small group of people, it doesn't matter the size of the group, that allows our soul to start being authentically itself, and we start expressing. And what our souls wants to do is to express. What our souls wants to do is to expand. And this place has been created for that, especially for that, for expression. Through expression, we activate our gifts. The more we express and we put into practice who we are as a soul, as love, as a goddess or a god, we activate more those gifts that we all have. And they don't have to be the same. We are very complementing each other here. We are like pieces of the same puzzle, complementing each other. And so do not use comparison either. I invite you to don't use comparison in this group, because each of us has an incredible, beautiful, and lovely skill. And they are all amazing. Some of them, they might be similar, but that doesn't mean that we all have to talk light languages. That doesn't mean that we all have to be Reiki masters. That doesn't mean that we have to be doing the same. Actually, those differences is what make us so great all together when we come to work all together. And at some point in Earth, we are going to be doing that. We are going to be doing that in communities where we work all together, and we are each of us, we are going to be doing something different, and it's going to be complementary in that tribe or sanctuary or however you want to call your community. It's going to be incredible, amazing. We are coming back to that essence of ours from our ancestors. So yeah, here with me is today representing UK and US as a light language ambassador. I'm gonna let her talk a little bit about herself.
Hi guys, I'm Anne, and I'm originally from Chicago, but I live in London now. And my light language was activated about a year ago. And if there was one thing that I'd have to say about what light language has provided me thus far is a way to connect with my higher self, to support myself through the good, bad, and the ugly, and and support other people through things in life as well. And I've been working lately a lot with the angelic realm, and I do spoken light language, dance, movement, hand gestures, a little bit of drawing, but it's such a gift to be here with you all. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Anne. And Christy.
Hi, my name is Christy, and I am in the United States. I'm in Oregon. And, I just want to share this right now because today I had something come up that was really unexpected before the call started. And I was questioning whether or not I was going to get on the call. I was worried about whether or not I was going to be able to have, I wanted to be able to contribute, and I wanted to be in a space of love. And it's so funny because, even as Ismail was introducing himself, I'm just, and it surprises me in the best way every time when I connect in this group with these amazing beings. I feel like I am overflowing and I have so much to give, which is it makes me feel so silly that I was wondering if I was even going to be on this call, because the state that I'm in right now, I want to give love more than I've ever wanted to give love, because I feel so loved in this space. And I wouldn't want to be anybody anywhere else right now but here. And I'm so excited. I'm honored. I mean, I'm overfilled with gratitude for the amazing presence. And I'm honored and I'm humbled to be here with all of you guys. Thank you. Like, truly.
Thank you, Christy. That's so beautiful, so beautiful.
I had a similar experience too. I had this anxiety almost like, am I in a good state right now? I've been going through some stuff. I lost my father-in-law. Just a lot of things have been going on, and I just wasn't sure if I could give the love. I knew it was there, but if I didn't want to let that be contagious. And the moment I hopped on, my heart was a bit racing, a little anxious, and I was just like, whew, just we're here, and this is where we're supposed to be.
And it's very human as well. So if you ever feel that, that's very human as well. So if that happens, don't feel bad about it. Don't blame yourself, or don't say, "Oh, I'm so silly," like we've been saying for so long. That is very natural. That's really, really natural, and that happens to everyone, really, or maybe not every week, but many weeks it does. Also, at first, when you are going to come, it's like you are still in a process, no? But from the moment you activate and open the space, it's like a shifting. It's like something shifts, something starts. That is only Katie Wilma, because she's having problems with the computer and with the microphone. So her screen is gonna be like coming and going a lot. because she really wants to stay here. She's doing her best to keep the connection on. So that might be happening a lot during the time that we are running the group. So yeah, and so that might happen often. And what I recommend always, and I'm so glad that you brought that up, is that every time you feel that, give you the opportunity at least to try. Give yourself the opportunity to try. Now, if you, once you come in the space, you still feel unwell and you still feel like leaving, that's okay. That's not a problem at all. But give yourself the chance, because it's the only way to find out. So it's the only way, honestly. And it does happen to me when I join other groups as well. It's like in the beginning, I'm like, and then once I'm there, it's like, like a, yeah, like an explosions of planets, a big bang again. So this is, I think, very human, very human. And in these moments of transformation, even more, because we are, like Vladimir said before, we are going into the extremes energies. We are in a very dense energy, and suddenly, maybe in the same day, we are in an incredible, very high frequency. And suddenly we get back to, and we lose like our powers. Vladimir was mentioning that. And that's happening so much to everyone. And so that's why it's so important to just give it a go, because it's only trying how you will find out if you are up to it or not. Do not let that mind to judge as we were doing before, because things don't work anymore that way. Things don't work anymore that way. It's like when you are in situ, when you are in that momentum, is when we find out, oh yeah, I'm meant to be here. Or maybe after 10 minutes, I say, yeah, I was meant to be here 10 minutes. I got what I needed and I leave. That's okay. That's okay. This group is really, really free to come and go anytime. And that's what it is. It's an space, a sacred space we open for that, for expression, for enjoying, for the time that you might enjoy and get what you need, and that's it, and keep flowing. And it's like this pit in Formula One, where you go, you get your wheels changed, the engine changed, everything up to date, upgraded, and then if you want to leave, you can leave anytime. This is totally a place of freedom. So yeah, let's start with some light languages. We start with some blessings, and the first lady in the screen is Sarah. It's not me, it's Zoom.
Hi, everyone. Let's do it. Bring it on. Naya, naya, oh, toyomanaya, naya, naya, Maya Chaya Maya Chalachirim Yakaik. Tunukuyo namarkaraha nalare kiatai kiamai kiahai kiatai. Neau. Mechteteren de geren yaha artahaiki nikia. Tayakaya kahai kikia na ikiata. Unduhu nana ikiata yaha alaka ikianata. Mekeyeteren ehia yakete hund. No yohutor mal arharkiatan kiahaiki. Tantahaya nautu. Tatayaha ikianaiki.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Enola. The microphone is still muted.
Shakwa shechokwanyake. Ara shokwe shatiamyo koshamyo kwake. Ara kura chechokwe chakwanyatoku. Ratake safoki. Are shu shachokchok. Chianyana tokwe chachokuri. Hachokuri shanyana. Hara kushechokuri shanana. Uri chapyoku chap anyato. Wache, 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 wache. Kuri. Ushe ashufu kuya nyato. Nyacho nyana toi shacho. Hariaso. Haria chukui shacho. Aku shanya. Ichacho koi chache. Ichacho chukui chachuku. Harita ku sheche. Nyanyo nyaya. Nyacho nya. Nya chuchu. Cheche. Cheche.
Thank you, Enola. Thank you, lovely. Anne.
Rashasa Nayakuta. O Manaikiataria Soto. Akakanya Totiana Sikia. O Mamayakati. Anayasatikia. O Yatara. O Mamayata. Kraya Satu Anaikiata. O Aka. O Aka. Aria Sotayaka. O Aka Satayakiati. Oh,
Thank you, Anne. Thank you so much. Christy.
Guru tiara tamyata rata kai te guru yama nata karati guru oyaya takayama Urutukoyana nataki aratako oroyana mata karitki aratako urutoko urutokoyataka amarataka arotokoyataka umarataka.
Thank you. Thank you, Vladimir.
Puruseu, Tunui Karateu, Puriana Pakareu, Turui, Manuya Pakarui, Turiana Meneu, Turuseu Pakaruya, Tununeu, Pareu, Tuniana Makatui, Tuneu, Pakaruya, Neseu Muniana, Pareu, Turiana, Katui.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, beautiful. Wilma.
One more. Sorry.
You have one more? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can I try one more?
Yeah, sure,
A
of
different
course.
one.
And if you have more, as many as you like.
It's a different one, so we'll see how it goes.
I think our sister Wilma is familiar also with these light languages. I am, and I think many of us we are. And is that all?
Yes.
Vladimir?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. And Wilma.
Agora tu teria tirando tu os kata kata tu os kata kata tu oren snar kiara tu randa kiara snar kiatari so khodaria andra ante atrish ni here te kiara to hodari to chotto to to katia chotto ai chotto ai chotto ai chotto ka alikiata to naya shuna kiata ne te ya so khoto na rakiana to harne kiarana Sorni kieran turna ari kierne Orna ari kieran do garantu arni kiatu nasht ka arne ke Orni arto ari kienaraya. Sunarayan turandu ayana he. Surandu anahayana. Surandarayandarane anarunana Shundrayanatainaka Shundrakaryanarutto arni kiaratunara Eshahanarikianato Sekeranatakaina Ekaranatakanuruto Shanakaranitema Shikotana. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And Luis, how do you feel? Do you feel like doing one? And no pressure? And in this group, as we mentioned before, you don't have to. And you are contributing with your presence already a lot being here. That's something that comes with the programming from the old obsolete programming that we need to do things in order to be contributing in groups or in places. And I don't think that that is quite right in the way we were programmed. I think the presence of a person is doing already a lot, massively. So that's why I like to say that if you're watching this video and you are shy or you feel at some point like you cannot do certain things that we are doing here, don't make that put you off, because we are not going to judge you about that. We are not going to feel any bad about it. We are going to consider your presence here as equal. So it's always wonderful, and that gives the space and the time also for everyone to activate themselves. Some people need some time, some other they need different experiences with the other members of the group, and then is when they get their skills fully activated. And some of them, they are in a process, like Luis is having many of them in a process, and that's why I'm asking him, because I know some things about him, but I don't know in many other aspects in what point he is really, in terms of light languages. I don't know really if they are coming, like flowing more at this moment. How are they, Luis?
At this moment, I'm just like responding to the light language.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with some movements, but a lot of them feel very familiar, and I get an instant response, which is amazing. But for now, yeah, I'm gonna keep the camera on, because I'm just to some of them I'm responding with movements.
Exactly.
Yeah,
very good, Luis.
just the response.
Yeah, if you are watching this video and you are new to light languages are any sort of expression coming from the heart and from the soul, anything coming as purely from our core of love. So those sign languages are also light languages. Some other people, they don't do the signs, they don't do the talking, they do the writing. They write signs, they write symbols, they write drawings, just drawings that at first sight they don't make sense, but once they are channeled and they are there on a paper or in a canvas, they just really shine. They really become something incredible. So if you feel like something is coming through, you don't know why it's coming in forms of drawings, or you feel like your arms wants to move or your body wants to move, let it move, because there is nothing wrong with you, really. Just let it move, let it express, and experience. Through the experience is how you are going to find out what is that really, what is going on, and what you might not know what is going on, even when you express it. But this is why we are here. This is why we create these spaces, and there are many other spaces and groups, thanks God for that, where people can come and go there and express themselves doing these light languages and different soul expressions. I'm so happy every day to see more and more people creating their own groups, and really taking the lead to expand more these soul expressions in the world. That's what it is. It's really the future, and it's happening now as we talk. So wonderful. Luis, thank you for sharing that, because that made me say all of this as well. Whatever you feel like saying anytime, sometimes we say, why I'm going to share. I feel like sharing this with the group, but it sounds silly, really. I don't even know if I should say this or not. If you feel that call to say something, I invite you to say, because for someone here might means a lot. It might mean a lot. We never know until we feel it and we get it. And that's the magic of all of this as well. Melissa, you're next.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you, everyone. Retika sedo tike parate kotike pate kosini tike rati tipi koko sanatika rati tipa korata tepatiko sono tike karata. Harete kosone tike tike pati koto kombati ke sokote tika papaki korata tika sono teka tika sono tiki tipi karato pate so tika rata pati korata masorti tiki pokorata tipi korata tika rata. Harete kosonoti. Atikora tata patikora tapaseno tikine ke patiko tikana tikasana tikarata patiko tikarato tikiparato tikarato. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you so much. Thank you. All of them super beautiful. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead with mine. Ia ne aru kachi na kau mai ne ki wata ya kawatara kawarre ne ki akua patata yoku tutu yawa taku tutu ika kwata ne te akwa. Ichiaka nati ni ki amama wota. Chini awatai. Ne ki atu ne kai yushi won ne ki te ki akutia. Tiana kuna achaka ut ai waka watataina na nakiusana isana wate sheneketi neki niki ahwatatatina kawati shakatiana inti neki intia kuma asinti neki ahwana. When you start expressing your soul, when you're expressing genuinely and authentically who you are, you create that alignment with source. And that's why you feel automatically and instantly that you are ready for everything, really. Sometimes you might going through states of transmutation and transformation that might need your time and attention, but most of the times you have, because of that obsolete programming, you have this tendency to block yourself and to don't go ahead doing things when your soul is actually calling you to do them, to make a move, to express what you have inside. Let it be. Let it be, because you are letting be yourselves, nobody else. You are actually freeing yourself from your own cell. You are expanding. If you don't feel trapped in a cell, you are free already. Okay, you are even expanding furthermore, wider, that space that you create in this dimension where you live this human experience. So let yourselves be, do not always trust the tricky mind, because you will get often surprised about what that energy that is going through yourselves is going to tell you or to express. Often this vessel feels that way. When he lets the energy flow, he becomes the audience of his own self. And he is the first one getting surprised about the things that are flowing through him, about the things and the information that is going through him. This, the more you practice, you will also experience. As it has been said, it can come in any form of expression. Do not put any judgment on that neither. Let it flow, because it's your own natural magic coming through you. It has been there for a long time in a latent state. Let it flow, let it express, let it become again, let it blossom. Some of you remember what those things getting activated are, some of you don't. So the only way, as you were mentioning, the only way to find out is by trying, by experiencing. That's why you are here. And this is gonna go on and on and on and on and on. It's a never-ending process. Some of you might leave this form, this human form, but that doesn't mean that you stop your process there. You might want to come back and keep expanding in the human form, having other experience or a similar one. Or you might keep expanding in other levels of existence. So just let it be. The less resistance you offer, the most wonderful you will feel. The more wonderful you feel, the more you expand, the more joy you radiate to everyone, starting for yourselves, because you are the first person to witness that momentum of glory. Si niakawat I niakawatati kianatu okuti tainaka otitanakutiana shiniakutata. Often, when you are in your own, you have this tendency to forget that you can do all this in your own as well, that you can practice this in your own. That doesn't mean that collectively hasn't got also a magnificent taste. But you've been programmed for a while during the human history to relate love and healing only for others who are outside there. We've been telling you for a while already that this is not the case anymore, as everything starts from you. So do apply these calls from the soul. Let them flow, let them come out, let them play. They are not happening by accident. Your soul also wants to talk, let's say. but maybe not in the human way that you have been considering talking. Any form of expression is a way of talking from the soul. So let it manifest. Let it manifest and become more and more the spiral of love that it never ends. And expand, expand, and expand. And start also allowing others to expand. Do not be so judgmental, because everyone has its own path, its own, let's say, difficulties to deal with. Many of you are healing generations and generations from your family tree, from your own DNA. So be patient with everyone and give them also time to expand. Be gentle. Taun nisao tisana, tina ahini ki arumasikatare, shanaraku matashtinaraku, tiaraka taishinakum, shane kishianakumata, esana tutisianamamu, tistiniamu, tistiniamu, tistiniamu. And this Tistiniamon, apart from a blessing to end this transmission, it means enjoy the journey, because this journey will keep going on and on and on and on. Yeah, I felt this is coming from the blue guys that I have behind the Arturians. But they always tell me at the end, doesn't matter. You don't have to say. You don't have to say. That's why I often don't say who I am channeling, because they don't want us to focus that much into who is saying the message. They want us to feel in our hearts the message itself. That's what matters. Today I saw somewhere when I was posting something in Facebook, I saw the face of Jesus Christ like this, like in a photograph. He was like lamenting or frustrated. It was a frustrated face saying, I did tell them how to find the love in themselves, and they are still idealizing me. I didn't mean for the world to idealize me. I meant that you should look inside and find the God within you. That's what I meant with that. So there is not much explanation in that drawing, in that painting, but it's so simple and so authentic, and it did vibrate so much with what I always believed about all this stuff about that we call religions in the world. It wasn't that much about them. It was very much more about us. That's why they came, for us to find ourselves, so that we can find ourselves, so that we can start talking from that divine spirit, from that divine light that we have within. And for so long it has been the other way around, thinking that, yeah, I mean, Jesus just came here to see how many views he gets in the internet, how many subscribers he gets in the planet Earth, and he didn't. And I do believe that anyone who really transcend the density of this planet, of this world, authentically become a master, doesn't pursue anymore that anymore. No, doesn't pursue or fame. It doesn't pursue how many people they are following him or her. That is going to at some point also transcend and change a lot. Yeah, I did feel very, very related to that drawing. And when they tell me, look, you don't have to really say that it's us, and I say, well, I'm going to say today. Maybe in the next one I won't say, but today I'm gonna say okay. They say it's okay. If you want to say, but that's not the point really. The message is the point. The feeling that we get from the messages is what really matters. It's not them, because they are in the glory. They are in dimensions that they are beyond what we consider love here. And so they don't really need to be told that it's us, and this way we are gonna get more subscribers as well, and things like that. No, they are in peace. They are fulfilled with love already, so they don't need that. They don't really require the that things that we have here on earth, and we will transcend that all of that also when we transcend that ego power, and also when we change the way that the economy is working at this moment. A lot of people, they require certain things, certain platform, so that they can get an income, so that they can also offer their sessions or their gifts to others without asking for an exchange of money. So there are many brothers and sisters in the light workers who wants to have these subscribers, so that they can start getting that money from somewhere, so that they can serve to the rest of the world fully for free. In other words, like being a sponsor, no? Like being a sponsor. And hopefully we will get there also. And hopefully also the economy situation will eventually change and get into something, an alternative, some other alternative, and something better that won't make people depend on only one option or one choice. So yeah, let's start and continue with the intentions. Sarah, you would like to share an intention?
Yes. I will share something that is going on with me, and because I know that I'm also really connected with the collective, maybe this will help other beings. So I have been having, especially this week, maybe, this really big bursts of energy, and it's like a big fire inside. And sometimes I feel the energy stays a bit stuck in my lower chakras, in the roots and in the sacral, and I have physical pain. It really hurts in the back of my column, and I have been, as we were saying in the beginning, I have been dancing every day in the morning. I go outside and ground, and I walk barefoot and everything, but still I'm having a lot of difficulties with this energy, because sometimes it's just it's pure bliss and joy, but it's really difficult to deal in the physical level. So maybe I will ask for some assistance in integrating and releasing this energy in a more harmonious way through our bodies.
Wonderful, wonderful. And as Sarah just did, for the people watching the videos also, and if it's the first time that you join us, this is also a place where if something is going on, some difficulties, you are going through some issues, we also will be here supporting you in the best way we can. That's why we are here as well. So yeah, let's do this transmission, because I think a lot of people are experiencing that as well. It's very, very, very nice that you brought that forward, because I heard this week that a lot from many, many people. So yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. Sometimes we might, in a group like this, sometimes we might not ask for that or for something, because you might say it's only for me, and that might be only for me. No, you're feeling like saying, or for some reason that's what is first coming to your mind or to your heart. There is a reason behind, and often what is happening to you is happening to many in this planet. So we will be helping Sarah, but also maybe the 7 people I talk about with this week about the same issue, about chakra and lower chakras, connecting that energy. It's a process of adapting the massive downloads here to this dimension, and that is, it can be difficult sometimes. It can be difficult. Yeah, and I think I heard that from 7 people this week, really. So it's happening a lot. Okay, let's go. So if you want to participate, you can unmute your microphones. If you don't speak light languages, you can do whatever you want. You can play music. Any form of expression is welcome. So whatever comes from your heart. If it's silence and receiving, that's fantastic as well. If it's praying, like we have the praying like old-fashioned way, praying is good. It's good too. Anything coming from the heart, really. Okay, whenever you like. Shakawata, chukwata, shi niya wata wata yona wata yata. Chubabadi anakwatata.
Retika sanatika retiki pikarato sanatika tiki bakoko sanatiki pikorata tapeko sanatika retiko patiko so titika patiko rata tapatika sanatika rata. Natika sanatiki tiki bakoko sanitiki kikamaroto.
Papa yuchukwata Unataichiti anakuwa natakia totuisha Nineki akakantua tia nakuta Dana wapa papa shikia kwata Sinia kuma chasha kita Anata isena kuma kaiseta Nineki anakuma kaiseta wata Sieneki kamayo Sashana kutenti ni kutia Buhanata huota taisia wa Papayo kote shinia Shana wa papapayu wa
Tana ya tama ya kata ya na tau tata ya katarana ya ta yo totoro ka ya na tata ni ya kama ya ta otoro torna mama ya ketente ya ta ma utura na ta ya kata tete ya na utura ya kata shi na ya kata Torona nana yakai yana. Shaya taia tata uro tatani. Taya na hata ia kana taia tata satana shiana. Yototora na taia ma tata ikiata. Netete kehiata na ia ta ikiasa iki. Shama tana eata. Yata, 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 yata. Yana yata, yana yata, yana yata, ikiana. Yana yata, ikiana, kuyata, yana nana, ikiyata, tana. Tete ya maya. Utu yono hokarana tata snikata ishiriki. Alarata hikiata na utotoria kuhini shata. Ea tatama yoto kososhna. Shaikia mana na ikiata.
Anawa mama ishua. Sawata yela wapa. Kawatia nakata.
Eketerena ya larata na yakata ikiana. Yoto koronoto yakata na me yakata yata. Nende kete seana tete yoro.
Karata, tika paso, toko titi pako so, tiki ke marote, tika paso, tika rato, tika pato, kosi de tika. Arete kosi, tika matika, arete kapati, kosono, tika ratiti, tika sono, tika rata, tika paso, sanota, korata, tika rati, tika rata.
Baba isi yana matisi na kumtisa na daka. Rana kan rana kan shana. Rana kumta.
Asi si ti korota no mate kafe ti karato mete ti kapati kapata ti pati pati ti pati korota. Ati kosoti ti parate ti kamasa ti karata ti pasa no te rata ti koto no mate karate poti ti paso ti karate ti korota.
Punya hewata na washna hawata kiana tu na yata haha. Kotati hihatashna. Iya shahatu ana yashaka anakata kete kushina kato wata kina Punya shahata anisha utiana huina hate shunata.
Ayoko seisho yaniato yakapo tayana akasoya naiya na yakaya
Baba ishuku mama shuman paisi ni shia wata. Shama kase. Diana Guantaniana, tu Guantayana. Wamama Ishukwata. Natayumaku sanatu tutuyet kianaru Suniara nakuta yututunara Sinara kutiana Andara nakaya matahisia wat mata Kiana kahatiana Siana mata hotiana kotishia Siana katamakashi Katawa mataisia like every time we have this week off, I think of you every day. But when we come to the to the group and we have the first transmission, it's like, oh my God, I really miss you guys. It's really like that. It's really like because there is nothing like this, like when we put it together. When we put it together is really what I'm going to say. You know what? You just felt it. So there is nothing to say about that, really. I will be always short explaining that. Well, I experienced some sort of fear. We like these time clocks of sand, like sand clocks. But instead of this shape of the sand clock, there was an sphere inside this artifact. And they were putting this artifact in this chakra, in the plexus and the sexual and the root chakra. In the three of them, they were placing this. They were, when I asked, what is that about? And they told me there is some sort of way to let the system manifest what is meaning to manifest. So it takes time. Sometimes we want to go through things much faster than the body. So we have the potential to go very fast transforming things. We have that potential, but sometimes we forget that our body needs time. Our body needs a process of adaptation. So they were placing these artifacts there so that it makes easy the process and your body accept more these changes and transformation. And like it was placed in the chakras of Sarah, was placed in the chakras of all the people here and all humans, really. Why? Because it's happening. It's happening to some of us. We feel the symptoms. Some of us, we don't feel them as much. But yeah, as I say, I had 7 people telling me that this week, and that's a lot, really, in 1 week, having 7 people talking about the same thing. Then I saw this, and this is yes for you, Sarah. They were showing me to dance, but doing like circles, dance in circles. And I was saying to them, I was telling them, yes, but this is something I have practiced. And at some point I start crashing myself against the wall, or I just lose my balance and I fall in the floor or in the couch, in the sofa. And I had to hold myself into something. And they say you don't have to really do it in the physical. You can do it also that with your mind. No? So imagine yourself dancing like the Sufis they do, and turning around. Obviously, we are not used to like they are, and that's why we lose our balance easily. Every attempt I have had, I have surprised myself how long I can do it, but at some point I have ended crashing against something. So I stopped doing that, and now, yeah, I just ask, yeah, but I had this experience. Is there a way that she could do it differently? And they say yes, she can do it in her imagination with the third eye. Another thing, they've been treating the lower chakras to all humans with symbols and codes. A lot of downloads and codes and symbols happening in the lower chakras. I have seen that, and they were, every time they were putting a group of them, the chakras were like bursting into big bang expansion bombs, like Um, and yeah, that's I needed to write it down, because if I don't write down these things, I totally forget everything.
Ishmael,
Yeah,
can I just add one
sure,
thing?
sure.
When you mentioned the spinning,
Yeah.
I mean, Sarah, I don't know if you've done the spinning, or you know, any of you guys, you might have, but because you, Ishmael, you said that you can lose the balance. Yes, but if you actually focus on your thumb, so when you do it physically, you keep your thumb right in front of you, and then you keep the focus on that, and you spin, and then you'll have control.
That helps, no,
Yeah.
to don't lose the.
Yeah, I tried because I love the Sufi dances, and I tried it a couple of times, but you get dizzy at some point.
Have you actually tried like this?
No, I will try like that.
Very good.
Actually, it's just do that and see how it works for you. And
Will
the
tell
other
you.
thing is to do it with in your consciousness. Yes,
Yes.
that's also
Perfect.
it's amazing. It takes some practice, but
It's
Perfect.
incredible, isn't it?
And
Yeah.
also try spotting the wall, like a point on the wall, like drishti in yoga, finding a spot. Like I'm a dancer, and that's what we do when we do turns, pirouettes, is you focus on one point, and then you look at that point, and as soon as your head snaps around, you find that point again. Another trick to try.
Yeah, it anchors you. It centers you. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a form of meditation in a way.
It is very much. There are so many forms of meditations. It's not only getting in that flower position, lotus flower. Luis, yeah.
When you were describing the symbol, I just remembered like the symbol that I have on the type of Reiki that I was initiated on, and I bet is very similar to this, or any or.
Oh yeah, yes. Mhm. In the when they were placing the symbols, I couldn't even determine which one, because there were so many at once that I couldn't see them really what they were specific, because it was like one ceiling in the top of another, like so quickly, and I didn't have time to really because I really say, let's see if I can focus on them and draw any of them, and I couldn't. They were too fast, far too fast. Thank you, Luis. So you saw that during the transmission, something like that?
Yeah, actually, when you were describing the symbol, it reminded me of this one that I used today also. And yeah, I also have been feeling a lot of work on the lower chakras. And it's so awesome because everything is connected, right? So if you're having an issue like emotional, it's maybe some energy that is stuck like down there, or vice versa. Like everything is connected. And I think we are also having these upgrades to hold, I don't know, more of a sacred energy, like our sexual energy is becoming more sacred. But we had experiences like until a point that are being completely shifted at this moment, and to ground our sexual energy in a more sacred way is kind of a process that is happening as well.
Yeah, definitely. That is happening in massive ways to the whole collective. A lot of people talking about it, a lot of people sharing things that usually they wouldn't share. And I'm talking also about friends of mine that I have around, that they never ever, they know me for 20 years, and they never ever spoke about sexuality with me, and now they are so open to talk about it, or at least to ask, what do you think, Ismael, about this? And that means to me a lot, because we are yeah, putting the old-fashioned attitude that we have had behind, and we are letting the new to come in, which is that is uh, to treat sexuality as it should be treated, like a sacred energy, which is, let's say, one of the most sacred, powerful energies. That's why the man and the woman, or a man and a man, and a woman, when they get together, they create that massive discharge of energy in themselves and on Earth as well. We are these antennas that we are constantly channeling energies. But when we are with another brother or a sister and we merge them together purely with the soul and the heart, that is incredible. That is incredible. Really, they are big bands that what we create here for Mother Earth and for the cosmos and for everything, really. So yeah, it's really, really, really sacred. And I love that also, to see more brothers and sisters coming out there and putting the anxiety aside, putting all their courage on the table and saying what they feel from their soul about even about them, about what they experience when they are making love and things like that. Yeah, that was like, well, if I tell you, my parents used to change the channel when someone was kissing in the television. We were watching a movie, and if a man or a woman, or a man or a man, or a woman and a woman, they were just kissing, that will be a reason enough to change the channel to something else, because that was too much for them. So I come from that background, which it was really, 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 really affecting our childhood and our teenagers' time. For example, my sister, and she's okay if I mention this, she's okay. She had her first boyfriend when she was 26. Usually, you don't have your first boyfriend when you are 26. But for her was so much fear, so much really passed from the previous generations to us. So much fear, so much. We come from a background of in the south of Spain, very Catholic. They are very Catholic, very, very Catholic Christians, and we went through also a dictatorial process of a dictator called Franco, that he really made everything really, really to be restricted and controlled. And only in the 1975 is when everything started changing. If you have something in the background, please mute your microphone. Thank you. And yes, so is many of us, we come from backgrounds where the sexual energy has been restricted and controlled, and then when you go on with your lives and you start transcending these blockages, really you start flavoring what you always knew, that sexual energy is really, really a blessing. It's a blessing. It's really one of the biggest blessings that the humans have, and it's just the way that some people have been manipulating all of this, and like some type of control again about the masses. But sexuality is a blessing, really. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I'm sure that in many countries something maybe wasn't the same reason that in Spain, but for many other reasons there was also this restriction or some sort of restrictions from the backgrounds we were coming from, because I was raised by two religions. I was raised with the Muslim and the Catholic Christians. My father comes originally from Egypt, and my mother is Spanish. And so I raised with both, and then both they were very strict with this matter, with sexuality, very strict. When I grew up, when I turned 17 or 18, is when my mom changed a little bit, and she started expanding herself, and then is when she started talking to us, her children, a little bit more openly, but not up until then. So it was a long journey without having this, which is so important, I believe, to talk to children as well about what is it naturally, really. There is nothing wrong about talking to children about sexuality, nothing wrong. And there is not really an appropriate age for them to start listening about this. From my heart, I feel that the more natural you talk about it, that's the best thing to do. I mean, tell them from your heart what that means, how it feels, just naturally. You don't need to put a mask into anything, really. There is always a way to explain, and if you feel shy talking about that, it's because you need to work on that in yourself, because the children, they are going to take it very, very naturally. They are going to take it like another blessing, really, like children takes things, no, like in a beautiful, very beautiful and pure way. So yeah, beautiful transmission. Anybody else would like to share something that you might have experienced during this transmission? Yep. No? Okay. All right. So let's pass to the next intention. That is for Inola.
Yeah, for the past, I'd say, couple of weeks, I've been trying to clear programs, religious programming, family, ancestral programming, and it's just layers and layers of it. So, and I'm sure the collective is going through that too. So for me, an intention would be to help clear some of that muck, you know.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it.
It seems like an endless
Yeah.
endless job. And
Because
why
when you think it's clear, there's more.
there is more.
Yeah.
And every time I ask why so tough, why so much, why it seems so endless, they tell me because you're not clearing only your own. You are clearing your ancestors. I mean, your fathers, your mother, all your family tree. Plus, some of us, we are also helping to clear others. Others programming. So some of us, we are not only dealing with the one individually, but we are also dealing with the one collectively. Why? Because we just decided to help, to support. Why? Because it means also to help yourself. It's just to help the collective means to help yourself. To help yourself means to help the collective. There is no anything really in between. So yeah, it feels like endless, but it is going to at some point it's going to dissolve. But we have to take into consideration that all the time, and I need to remember myself practically every day that, because sometimes it feels to me also like, oh my God, again, really? I thought that I managed to clear it up all.
Yeah.
And no, it doesn't. There is something else there. And sometimes they say, this is not from you. This is from your cousin. And I say, all right, thank you. And I say, no, thank you. No, thank you, because you decided to do that yesterday whilst you were sleeping. You took that decision then. And I say, all right, okay. In my conscious mind, I'm not aware of that. But apparently, when I'm sleeping, I'm doing that stuff. And sometimes when I'm awake here, I continue doing what I was doing whilst I was sleeping. So yeah, we are dealing in so many dimensional levels with so many energies and so much transformation and so much purging, and not only ours but from so many people. So this is a wonderful intention in OLAP, because this is all something that the world also will benefit a lot from it. Yeah, definitely.
And thanks for reminding me that it's not just
it's not yours only,
it's
love.
like a burden thinking it's just me, but
And
I
this
have to
is
remember it's
this is our
collective.
tendency, that because we feel it so present here in our heart, we believe that it's only ours. It's not. We are tapping with everything. We are tapping in the collective as well. And the more we expand, that you are feeling there is also the collective. Up until a point that there is not gonna be a difference between what you are feeling here and what the collective is. And that is when we are gonna be feeling the whole thing. And many of us, we all already feel that collective.
I am. Yeah.
I think you are. You are. And I think everyone here in the group does. Very much. And that's tough when we think that is all on us. No, it's not all not from us. It's from the whole humanity, because we are helping, we are assisting, we are doing all that we can, so those who are not aware, they also can cleanse and transmute and transcend this density, because there are many from the collective that they're still in the programming. So that's why many of us, we are volunteering to support those who are still, let's say, asleep. A little bit asleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nola. Thank you. So whenever you like, let's go on to the Dara papai su masina nara tu matatai sini titi anta tu tio bapatai. Ababa santu matasi.
Huya kantaya
Tuti singa tako tatayu papa.
papaya nei tia kataya no ya casa
Tu macho mai sinaku sata.
Karete kosanate karata kapa sonote karate kepe sonote karete pateko sonote karete pikarata tate kasiti karate kapateko sanate korata tate kapako soti karata. Ateko sonote karete kapateko sonote karata tate kapateko soti karata titi kapato sote karate kapateko sote karate titi karoto titi kapato note karata. Edes te casale te carretti che te capato costo ti carrata patti costo no te carrato te capato costo no ti carratti ti capato costo te carrata te patti costo ti caparrata te patti costo ti carrata.
Ine aku mai.
Rete capasti ti carretti camato costo no ti carretti che patti casana ti carrette capato con no ti carretti ti camato corretti che patti casana ti carretti che patti costo ti carrette patti costo no ti carretti ti patti ti capato costo no ti carretti ti patti carrata. Rete costana ti carretti ti patti costo ti patti costo no ti carrata te capato costo ti carretti
Ana wai chawanda ishawanta ikiana keti amo. Shawana ta wisha na kumata chagwe. Shia na kumata.
Aratika sanatika redika tika patako sediki tika tika pasu toki tika rata tomatika sanatika redika patako sediki patika rata tika parata tika sedika rata tika rata tika patika sedika rata tika patako suno tika rati tika patako sanatika redika patako rata tika rata Aretika sanetika retika patiko rata tika pasana tika retika patiko sukot no tika retika ada keba o tika retika pake o kita no tika barata tika sanetika tika patiko su tika retika patiko sana tika patiko su no tika retika patiko tika rata pasu tika rata tika rata tapako rata tika sini tika retika matiko no tika retika patiko no tika retika patiko no tika retika masu no tika retika patiko rata patiko su rata
Aina umashini chawachatina kumata
Atika sini tika rata patiko tika sasa no tika retika tika rata
Urinata chisao Magana isha umata
Korea shoko ya tiata kuru kikia kakia hua kasitia karo.
Retika sinetika retika batiko rata tika pasti tika retika pasti pastu no tika rata patiko tika patiko tika suno tika tika rata patiko tika Ya rosa tika patiko sana Tika sunu tika rata. Tika tika reti tika 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 patpora tika 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 patpora tika.
Oh mama yo tayo tisanta o matai. Oh mama yo mama yo mama mama yo mama yo mama 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 yo papa Unta tiana kikisniana humata kamai humata isi. Tatai ti kumai shamata shanakata. Otawa mai shocha wacha wacha. Baba ueta baba yocha. Macha chawa macha wimisha wata cha 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 chawa macha cha wa na 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 kuya. Tayana kumatia na wama yo suantia na na kumatishi. Mata yo suantita hikita washi. Maisha na kuntisi nitishi ana wate ana kote te shakata yeta. Machacha uchisha na kuntiti atumacha. Nari kidikti tiara tumaseti yaku. Wata yama. Nene diana watiana kisha tainti niti na kumma chini uhuti shaka kuta ishaka tuine kieta. Amayana kaya shana hunta tataisi anta mama choma tataisi. Ana wata yo. Hutiana makatusha. Shana watata chawata. Oh matatai. Oh my mata. Ena wita na wata yanata. Oh neta yistini ya wama nana tisi na wanetsi ya wamati shana kwate.
Tekijänä tekijänä senäkijänä tekijä toisena tekijä. Nekijänä tiedä nekijänä eri tiedänä tuulistu. Sonia tähän että kesto takana ju. Järnä tulnari tiedä Joona tekijänä laajasta.
Baba baba Sini agana kuna ishane yakata anati shiane kishana kumata shane kiana kuchana ini titi ni kintan tan nakahatin tan gana kunta shin Oma saunda siana kahatia makas iniaka homiarna tusa onnat omas
Ya, nananata kara nanana ni no ya rataka ya. Oh, ya moro.
Okay, one volunteer to say what you have felt during this transmission. Raise hand. Who wants to? Yeah, Melissa. Actually, I was feeling that what it was you who was going to talk first. So incredible.
Yeah, I seem to get a message that came through very powerfully, and I just wrote it down. So it says, sometimes we spend so much time in the shadows, in all of our wounds, ancestral wounds, and collectively, that we forget that we are here to live, to love, to experience all this life has to offer. We need to come back to the present and celebrate how far you've come. All this work doesn't go unnoticed by the divine. Your work is needed for the expansion of all humanity, piece by piece, where we are coming home to ourselves. That's what I wrote.
So beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Wow, definitely. And it's so connected to you will see now in a minute with a message that I also channel. It's so all connected, really. I didn't feel any light language disconnected really from each other. They were all merging together, some answering each other, some others complementing and merging with the other, all working at once, and it's magnificent. That's why it makes me laugh of happiness. Really, it makes me create that state of laughter where if someone asks me, I will say I don't know what I'm laughing about, really, and just happy because it's really nice. It's really nice, the feeling inside. So anyone would like to share also something? Sarah, go ahead. Thank you, Melissa, so much. Thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
beautiful. So beautiful.
Well, I'm still a bit with no brain, but I'll try. I'll try to explain. Something really new happened to me. I went to I don't know where, my consciousness, and for the first time, I was just connecting with your light languages. And I was, because sometimes when I do movements, I am aware that what I'm doing, like I see geometries of light, and then I know I'm touching them and I'm putting them in places. But this was like crazy because I was picking up what you differently were saying, and I was picking up the geometries and putting them into places. It was like really awesome. And at some point, I just stopped. I didn't know why. I felt compelled to stop. And I was just looking at Vladimir's movement. And I was getting what he was doing. And my brain was like, oh, okay, that's what I need to do. And I was picking up on the strings of light and the geometries I was seeing from him. And I was putting them out into places. So it was like really crazy, really crazy. And I felt the same with Wilma when she started speaking. I went to pick up the light. I don't know how to explain, but like the information and just doing something with it. It was like crazy.
Just wanted to ask you which movements in particular was it that I made that you can resonate?
I don't know. It was at some point I was just in my work in this blank space doing these movements, and at some point I stopped, and I just felt like looking at you, and I was watching what you were doing, and you were just doing this and moving your hands, and I was seeing like some blue like light things, like strings, and I was understanding what you were doing, like you were explaining me, and I was picking up on what you were doing, and I was doing another thing. It was really crazy. Really crazy. Yeah. It was really crazy.
Wow.
Wow.
That's great. It's great to hear that. It's first time actually, because I
have no idea. This is first time for me too. I'm speechless because
okay.
I'm used to feel what I was doing, because I know that's kind of molding, or I don't know how to explain, but doing things energetically, right? So I see the geometries and I know that they have to be in certain places. It's like I feel I have a multidimensional computer in front of me, and with the movements I know that I'm building stuff, and I'm sending them to places, to the body or to
Is
other
that
places.
new? Are you new to that?
No, I know how to. I feel. I until now, until this transmission, I felt what I was doing. Every time I was doing it, I was feeling it. But now I really saw the geometries, and I was seeing them on every coming out from you, and I was going to pick them up, and I was seeing the light, the strings of light, and I was
That's awesome.
totally no, yeah.
I don't actually I do see the lights, but that's more like in my consciousness sometimes. But yeah, sometimes. But it's interesting because everybody has their own unique, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You discover new things, and then you experience the old things, and so on and so forth. Right?
And some other people, they just feel it. They just feel it. And often they tell me in these quantum hypnosis sessions I do, they often tell me, these light beings, that it doesn't matter how you really get to do it. The important thing is that you get to do it. And that's seeing. They say you humans separate seeing with your senses. But here where we are, everything is the same thing, because seeing is seeing with your eyes, seeing is feeling with your heart, seeing is with your third eye, with all the ways perceiving. Some people smell things, they can smell, and they know that something is right from the sense of smelling something, or smelling a flower or an essence. Sometimes they are roses, and they know that by smelling roses is that they place the geometry in the right place. And I ask them, how do you know? And they say, because I smell of roses, and when I smell of roses, it's telling me that it's something good. I don't. I say, okay. So it doesn't really, it's only here trying to understand how do we do all these things, which is good, it's good, but don't get trapped with the mind. This is my advice always. To ask and wonder is good, because that curiosity allow us to keep expanding and understanding who we are, but do not let that take all the space, because sometimes it can take you to a state of blockages, really, or getting stuck because you don't find out really how that works. They often say, do not, it doesn't really matter how it does work, just now. You will see that soon enough when it's meant to be known. For each of you in a different time, in a different pace, accordingly to your evolution, to your self evolution, not as a light being only, but here on earth. Yeah, because many of you, you are already beyond light beings in expansion, massive, incredible beings. But here, as a human, we are experiencing and allowing that light to manifest in this dimension. So some of us, we are in one level, and some of other of us, we are in another level. That's why they tell us, do not judge anyone, because the person that might look like is the most stuck person in the planet, they might be inside the most shining being that you can ever imagine. And it's stuck because it's difficult to bring that light into this density. And they are so sensitive, such a sensitive beings, that they find this really, really difficult. So that's why it's important to let everyone be and flow and respect the rhythm, and do not judge them, that no, because you are not understanding what I'm trying to tell you, that means that you are less than I am, or less than someone who I know, or something like that. No, it's to bring these energies into this dimension is not an easy thing to do. It's not.
I got one question.
Sure.
For everybody. Do you have any particular ways of protecting your energy? Because I saw this guy a few days ago who's doing light language, who was creating these armors around him, armors of energy.
Mm-hmm.
And he was kind of, I mean, maybe I've done it in the past without realizing it, but it was new to me. And I began using it, and I actually felt that it was working, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Armor, like grid armor, something like that. So he was describing these geometric patterns that he was creating around himself to contain his own energy field, so he doesn't get affected. So I was just wondering if you guys are
first,
using any.
I would like to say that there is not only one method for everyone. There are different methods for as many people and souls they are in the creation. Now, some methods might work with you or not. That's another thing. Yeah, that's a different thing. But there are as many as infinite methods, as infinite souls that we are. My advice is to, like with everything, is to try what is the one best for you. Now, the best for me that I share with you now is to raise my vibration. That's the best for me. How? Music, dancing, getting in touch with nature, playing with children, playing basketball, cycling, all the activities and things that you can ever imagine that really brings joy and excitement to your life, that is raising your vibration. And for me, that's the method that works the best for me. I don't have to be calling into Archangel Metatron or Archangel Michael as often as I did in the past. In the past, I did a lot of that, up until I found that is actually the key for me, is raising my vibration. That maybe is for many other people as well, but many other people find that they have other ways to do it that work best for them, and that's okay.
Currently it's the same with me. Yeah, actually, yeah.
It's like,
but it's good. Absolutely, it's amazing to go through many different ways. It's like you're renewing yourself, you know.
It's really
that's what the soul is looking for as well.
And that's what they want us to do also. Yeah. You are here experiencing as human. You already know, maybe you come from the angelic realm and you know already as an angel how to do that. Maybe you have experienced a life as an Arcturian. You know maybe how to do that also as an Arcturian. But here we are having the human way. And the human way is a lot of fun as well, and that's what they want us to reach, that point where we have fun with what we do, that we have fun, and it's real fun, as you say. If you get into that, I don't know, that point, no, it's a specific point with yourself where you say, what will I do today in terms of raising my vibration? And then I ask and I feel visions, and I see the forest and I see myself cycling, and then boom, I don't think twice. I take my bike, I place it in the train, I go 15 minutes that I am from nature, from the new forest, and then I get off in that stop, and then I start riding, and that simply that makes my day, my week, and my month, and so on. And it's about keep adding things in your everyday. We are going to still be bombarded by energies, downloads, all the stuff. But if we keep that vibration up, oh my God, life is much. You can reach that point of fun, really, as well.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, and also speeding things up. I've realized helps to raise the vibration. Like can be anything. Like when you read, you just speed read that, and even with the dance moves, you know, just for what, you know, for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever feels right for you. But that speeding up just really raises the frequency.
I relate a lot to that.
You build up the energy, and then you go on with your day-to-day things, and you can slow down after that. It's like you're an engine, you know.
Yeah, it reminds me of these scenes where we are watching a movie and there is a robot that takes all the pages of the book like this and read it. Yeah, where I do that often, but in the internet, page, and and suddenly I say, stop, man, stop, man, because there is so much information that you have intaken already, and it's already enough. You are already filled up and satisfied. So leave it there, leave it there. And I have to be that, also my mom, and I have to be my dad, and I have to be my friend, and I have to be all these, yes, people telling me, stop, slow down, now raise up. It's like monitoring all that is going on, really, no, in the system. I relate to that a lot. Yeah, it's so nice to hear it from a brother or from a sister, really. That's why it's so nice to be also here, for me, especially, because we can share these things that sometimes we think that it's only us going nuts, really. And it's not, it's really,
there are more
really
aliens out there.
Oof, a lot.
I'm trying to, I can do that with a right hand, not the left.
I can do that only with my toes. Anybody else would like to share the experience? Wilma?
Yeah, just getting back to the question of protection. I don't often externally, think about adding protection or asking for protection, because I inherently believe that I am. I have complete faith that I am protected at all times, so I don't need to ask for protection. That's my belief. If I really feel that, I don't know, maybe I'm under psychic attack or something, I may place a barrier around me, which is like it's like a tube. On the outside of the tube is covered in mirrors. So the energy, any negative energy that's directed towards me, bounces back off the mirror and goes back to where it came from. But I rarely have to use that, but that is something I may use. Any other time, it's really just, it comes from within me. I will just, start in my solar plexus with the light of what I call it, the spark of God, and it comes out and it just goes like a little explosion, and it becomes an egg around me of white light. And then around that egg, I'll place a blue cloak. And then around that blue, I will surround it in gold, so that I'm inside this little white egg with blue and gold linings. I may use that. But yeah, most of the time it's just that I inherently believe that I am protected and I don't need to ask for it. And I don't mean that's not like an egotistical way. It's just that I really sincerely believe that I am protected at all times.
That's amazing. You just assume that you are protected.
Yes, I am. I don't assume, I know.
No, exactly.
No,
I was going to say
go.
that it's a knowing feeling more than assuming feeling. It's you just know, and that is another levels of self-evolution when you just know it. It's like I said before I needed to ask for angels. Metatron was always there, Michael, Raphael, but now I don't have to, because I feel that they are all the same. I don't feel they are separated anymore. I mean, that you want to separate them. Cool. It's good for you, works for you. Carry on separating them. But at some point, something tells you inside that there is no need. There is no need to separate them. So when I'm doing healing, I don't call anymore in the archangels. I call on source, directly on source, because I know that source is going to involve everyone, and that is going to do the job in the most optimal way that is possible. So when you trust that entirely with all your being, you start really getting to being yourself the audience really of miracles that happens as we talk, really. And that what Wilma say, I related to that a lot. Into I'm protected because I know. That's it. And that's a process. That doesn't mean that we didn't go through the moments when we felt vulnerable and we felt that things were separated, and that we went through that also. We went through that. But at some point, you just get a sense of knowing that everything is everything, really.
Yeah, I've just been reminded, a friend of mine who, she just says if she feels she needs protection or something, she just, because she's an empath, and so she feels everything and everyone. She said, if I go to the shopping center, I can feel everyone. So she said, usually before I walk into the mall, I will usually, set up my own protection. But she's come now to this point where she just goes shields up. If she forgets, she goes to walk into some places, she just thinks shields up, and she's okay. It's just like that, puts her shields up. So, and I guess that's a belief too. If you believe that you say shields up, then you're shielded. I just thought I'd throw that bit in. That's a friend of mine.
That's the thing with me as well. I pick up on other people's thought frequencies, and I'm like, I feel amazing, and then I walk into a building and I go, what the hell?
But I just do that as your friends says, Wilma. I do exactly the same. If I have to go to places or to be with someone that I know is gonna change my frequency, I just say the same, shields up, and
awesome.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and the effectiveness of that shield, of those shields, is going to depend in how much faith and trust you have on those shields. So if you really believe that those shields are impenetrable, they won't let anything come in. Now, we are also getting there. Through the experiences we are having on Earth, we are also expanding in the sense of faith. Some people say, I don't know, how do you do it? Do you have like a formula to gain faith? I say, no, I'm gradually, as I experience this human experience, I am gaining more faith in everything. And it's just the way it is. And I ended accepting that is the way it is. Before, I was like, oh, please, Metatron, send me some faith, because I'm lacking of faith today a lot. And yeah, I was getting support and protection, but the faith was something that it was like in a sort of a standby, but also in a sense, in a continuous evolution as well. It's like sometimes in a standby, sometimes active and evolving and expanding. Up until one point that you gain that faith and you have it, you just have it. Very powerful, very powerful. And that's when you really start once again creating miracles and doing magic with so many things, because it's you who truly have the faith to create something. You are the creator in that moment, and you might, or some group of people might come to the room and tell you, you are nuts, Vladimir, you are nuts, because you are telling me something that sounds really like a science fiction movie. Yeah, but you might answer to them, yeah, but the important thing is that I believe on that. And that's what they keep telling me in the messages that I am downloading. The important thing is what you believe, what you trust, where you put your faith on. And that's something that if you feel that you are lacking, don't despair, because it will, if you open yourself to receive, you will get it. You will get it. Eventually, you will get it. And there is a message here related to that I will say in a moment. Yeah, but before I got into these messages and what I experienced, is there anybody else who would like to say how you use your protection, or how would you tell someone to protect themselves? Because I think this is really, really important for many people out there, because as I say, there is not only one method, there is many methods that can be working for you or not. Christy.
So this seems a little different. but I'm constantly reminding myself or asking myself, kind of like that check-in, do I trust what's unfolding before me? Because it's beyond my human, and I just have to keep trusting. So if I'm feeling fear of what, of what's coming in, or just, it's just bringing myself back to, but do I trust? Do I truly trust what's coming and what's showing up in every now? And I've been tested with my nows so much over the last couple of weeks, and just, where I've got this idea that I'm going to not take a call or something like that. And then I ask myself, okay, well, do I not trust what's showing up in my now moment then? And so then I take that call, and then I'm like, whoa, all this stuff opens up, but it was exactly what I needed to let go of everything that keeps coming up. So it's just really trusting. I've found trusting everything and asking myself constantly, like, do I trust this? Do I trust myself? But trust is key for me right now. What I've been experiencing, it just keeps bringing me back to that. And if I have, if I feel like something is bad or good, I question whether or not, what am I trying to say? I lost it, sorry.
It's okay, love, it's okay.
Wow.
It's difficult to put it into words, very, very difficult. What I was tapping into, the energy that you were mentioning, is in telling to people also that faith is not only something that comes to you, it's also a decision that you put into the things that you do. Some of it is sort of provided by the experience that you are having as a human. Some other is a courage, a decision with courage. It's like sometimes we expect that it's gonna come from outside, and it's not. It's from inside. It's like I used to be like that, like questioning everything. Should I trust this? Should I trust that? Gradually, as I was trusting more things as part of the creation, and as I was trusting more that everything happened for a reason, that was giving me the window to open myself to these new levels of faith and allowingness, let's say, or allowing. And that was bringing me another levels of also faith just by doing that. So yeah, what I was feeling is very related to what you were saying, is that is sometimes it's not just something that comes to you as you experience life, but sometimes it's also you have to put part from yourself of saying, no, come on, Ismael, you can do it. Let's do it. Let's go ahead, because you can do it. It's not what is gonna happen when you try. It's not what your mind is trying to tell you. That comes from fear. Give it a go. Go ahead and put your faith on it. Vote for yourself. Vote positively for yourself. And that starts and creates that trust, channel trust, because you become in alignment with source, really, when that happens, like in the channeling was mentioned. When you create the alignment with source, you create that faithful state of being, really. Yeah, totally. It's so awesome, really awesome. Yeah.
It came back to me. The other thing was, if I'm feeling a certain way, I have to really go inward and find out, like, do I have an expectation? Is this based on an expectation of how this moment is supposed to show up? So am I trusting? Do I have expectations? What do I need to release? this, if I know that everything that shows up in my now moment is for me, then why do I feel like this isn't for me? I have to trust, I have to release expectation, judgment, all of that, and just allow it all to go so that I can see. Because if I'm already judging the situation or having an expectation that I should feel good right now, when maybe I absolutely shouldn't, because I feel like I've already blocked myself from the message that's the intention of all of it coming up in the first place. If I'm like, oh, I shouldn't be feeling bad, or I shouldn't be, so that was what it was.
Thank you, Christy. Very nice and really, really, really important to be said and shared there. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much, because it's so human. It does happen to many of us who go through these transitional times, at least once a day or maybe more. And that's really important, very important. So in this, anybody else would like to share before I go ahead with this? No? Okay. All right. In this transmission, I saw a diamond, like a rhomboid shape, turning and spinning. Once again, with that sense of cleansing and expansion, and cleansing all the obsolete programming that feels like never ending often. Then a dragonfly came, and I asked, what are you doing here? What do you represent? And she was saying, I represent freedom itself, because this is what you are doing as you go on in this process. You are freeing yourself like I do, flying from one place to another. The next thing, I saw circles inside another circles and expanding into more circles. So as we transcend the old programming, we become another circle and another circle and another circle, and bigger, and that's how we expand. And they were telling me it never ends. It never ends. Not because it's not always about purging. It's also about expanding in many other ways. Purging, we are doing that. But when we are meditating, we are doing that. When we are listening to a song, we are doing that. And we are expanding our souls and our energy in all levels, in terms of circles. Then the next vision I had was like columns started coming from the soil. One column building up, another column building up, another column, and it was creating like one of these temples from Greece, and the temple was representing ourselves, our body. So as we go on doing this, we elevate one of these columns, and we make our temple stronger and stronger. The next thing is, it came in a form of a message saying, often when you feel stuck, you have a misunderstanding with the reality that is really happening to you all. Because the human feeling of being stuck doesn't represent exactly you being stuck, because you are never really stuck. And they say, the more stuck you feel sometimes, the more you are evolving inside. So they say no all the time, but very often you feel like you are going through the worst week of your life. They say that in those moments, your soul is expanding in ways that it will blow your mind if they tell you all that is happening in one go, in one transmission. That's why they need to dosify often what is happening to us, really, because it's so much happening at once, so much happening at once. So whenever you feel stuck, they say, please don't despair, don't pay too much attention to that feeling, because that is not the real truth from within. So remember that when you're feeling stuck, a lot of you is expanding inside. You might not feel it because you are very attached to the density that you are living in your planet, but inside your soul is expanding in incredible ways that you cannot really imagine. You will see it and visualize and sense it, but for the time being, some of us, we are still in that process of visualizing, understanding it, and putting all together. We are actually putting everything together so that we can really understand the whole thing. Then the next thing I saw was all chakras being treated, the Kundalini energy, and the heart ending in a explosion of green color in all humans. This is something that relates also to the vision I had before with the previous intention, which it was amazing, really, really nice. Then a lady, black, all black, kind of hybrid, mixed with feline and elemental being, came beautiful, all naked, impressively beautiful, because it was black and this shining black, and also she had like tattoos, like made from like leaves, just like she was clearly. Well, I asked her, I could feel it, but I asked for confirmation, and she said, yes, I'm a hybrid, I'm elemental and felines. And my mind was already like, oh, I didn't know that you can mix each other. I'm talking too much. And then she was like, just patient, waiting for me to do all the talking in my mind. And then when I stopped talking with my mind, she showed one expression with her face, very serious, and then another expression, smiling. And I asked her, why did you do that? And she said, because this is the same way that you can take the process you are going through. You can take it with a smile, or you can take it seriously. And I invite you to open your hearts and your souls and your faith of understanding about yourselves, that you can make it fun. You can really have fun with this. One of the ways, she say, is like we are doing here, but you can do it with yourselves, she say also. So she told me that just with two expressions. She was very serious, and I was like, why is she so serious? And then she smiled, and I said, oh, okay. So why did you do that? And she said, because of this, because this is how you go from one state to another. But I want to tell you that you can choose. You can choose if you want to, and gradually you will choose more consciously how you want to take every experience in your personal life, and with others as well. Yeah, that was really, really beautiful. And I wrote down also the meaning of combinations between dimensions interconnecting as we purge can be taken as seriously or like having fun with the flow. Yeah, the message that I just mentioned, but the additional information about what we are doing is not only purging in this dimension, but multidimensionally as well. Experiences that we have had in previous timelines as humans and also as non-human beings, really. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I got from this transmission. It was really cool. Yeah, how are you feeling? What's the time, really? Okay, one more. Are you up for one more? How are the energies? You, Sarah? It's like complete, no? Feeling already like complete? Okay. Yeah, do you feel like this is, or will you go for another one? Votes. Yeah, because the if you feel like it's complete, those who feels that way, you can be receivers now. Yeah, you can sit back and be receivers. But if there is someone who still feel like doing another one, I can do another one. I can go for another one. You will, Maswell? Yeah. Okay. All right. So you too, no, Inola? Very good. Very good. So any of you who don't feel like doing another, and you, Christy, any just be receivers. We don't have to be giving all the time. So we can also take the opportunity here to also enjoy and receive. That's it. As I say, our presence is already enough, more than enough here. It's beyond enough because we are doing so many things, not even being conscious that we are doing them. So it's incredible. It's incredible. And I think today as a whole, we have been saying that also. It's how many things we do that we are not even aware that we do. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's and often they have told me, we cannot tell you the whole thing. And I say, why not? I've been like asking them like a little child, why you don't tell me the whole thing for once? I want to understand the whole thing. And they say, because you wouldn't understand it right now. Why we are going to use the energy if we know that it's going to be, in bracket, a waste of energy, because your mind is not prepared just yet to understand that. Why? Because you're going through the human experience, and gradually you will understand it, but everything has its own process. Let it be. Let it be. Don't stop wanting to reach the goal right now, because there is a purpose in everything that we are experiencing, in everything that we are feeling. The process is life itself, and is the point of it. If we tell you the goal already, everything is meaningless. Everything meaningless, because we want you to experience. We want you to go and have the humanly all this that we are gradually, little by little, in small drops and quantities, bringing to you. Just because it's unique. It's unique. And
I think. Sorry.
And as I say, 1 second, and as I say in previous weeks, the experience that these guys have is not the experience we have here. It's unique. It's human, and especially human, and that is something that not an angel can feel in the same way, not any other entity can feel in the same way like us. That's why they tell us often, enjoy the process. Enjoy the process, because it's really, really unique. So once you leave your body, you will understand that beyond what we are telling you now. Because you're going to say, and many of you say, I want to come back. I want to come back. Why? Because there you notice and you realize that you cannot experience everything that you were experiencing here over there. Not as such. Not as such. Yeah. Because a lot of people say when you reach dimensions, you can feel everything from the other dimensions and experience it as in the other dimension. And the way they are explaining in my session is that it's not exactly like that. It's like if you have had the experience as a human, you can have an idea of how you could feel that, but you don't know exactly how it is, because every moment that you experience is so unique to each of you. And Wilma, even if Wilma had this sense of not needing protection, her sense of not needing protection is not exactly like mine neither. And she's a human and I'm a human here. And she's been a galactic being many times, and I've been a galactic being many times also. So it's so unique. Everything is so unique. That's why they ask us to open to appreciation, because then is when we are gonna let the magic go on and happen. Really, yeah. Vladimir, sorry. Yeah.
No
What
worries.
you
No
wanted
worries.
to say?
I forgot I was gonna say.
Okay, he will come then. Eventually.
I think I was gonna say that I know what the whole story is.
You have the sense of knowing what the whole story is.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say it because I'll be ruining everything. So I'm not gonna. Maybe next Thursday. I don't know.
But that can be also unique to yourself. What I'm receiving is that can be also unique to yourself. And for someone else can be with another. Yeah, it doesn't mean that yours is not authentic, and doesn't mean that it's not the truth. It is the truth. But what they're trying to say is that within you, there is a uniqueness that involves that special uniqueness. And eventually you are going to put all those uniqueness together and merge them and expand from there, really. So this is special, really special.
I think it comes down to the uniqueness of the soul.
Yeah.
That's what it is, the uniqueness of the soul. And sometimes we forget, but then we remember, and we do this dance. But I think it boils down. It's a game with yourself, really.
Yeah. It's not like having only personality here as a human being. As a soul, we are so unique, so unique. And we can see that in so many other beings that we have around as well, like cats, dogs, other animals, other beings. Yeah. Wow, beautiful. Another intention. The screens has changed a lot. Luis, you have your hand raised. Is that from before or for now? Now? Okay.
From now.
Go ahead.
Earlier, you talked about bringing this internal light to this dimension, and that resonated a lot. So I think it would be a great intention to bring this light and powers from the other dimensions that we experience to this one.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, everything that we could possibly deal with at this moment, because we have already a lot to deal with. So also I want to say that we have this tendency as humans that we want to go faster and do the things faster. Sometimes we are the ones overwhelming ourselves. We are the ones wanting to go so fast that we put too much, and by nature or naturally we are already dealing with a lot. So let's set that intention that Luis mentioned. Let's integrate everything from the other dimensions that we could, in a healthy way, integrate without overwhelming ourselves and our systems, because sometimes we don't complete well the intentions, and sometimes we receive much more amount of stuff to deal with, and then we are like, oh my god, I thought that was going to be good, but I think I asked for too much. Yeah, let's go and do it. As I say, who feels like you are completed already, like you have reached the levels of energy that you say, I can no more. Be a receiver and enjoy. This for the group here and for the people watching the video, of course. All right, whenever you like. Sashakupa chastisha natati watai dawimika watatai.
Tjeran te karen noari, tjeran doren jar harfane. Tjeran toren karien ruiniar. Så tronar vi att den här ni artjuene snurrar jag har en varje natta. Sono triona Siene direna ana karana shana akariana ta arkere dino torona kaharana tiara akashnarka yana tayeta shnua. Rundar tikshar nek ar tak Ada kita kasih takut tekan ya tato tekar kita kasih tekan tekan to to kata na ya kata tata ya na to ko ya na ya to na ya na to kai na wat taka shunu ko to shunu ko to ni ya to ko to ti she kata ta ya de ti ya na ra to na ya na مشت كوانا تيانا طهيا توشنا حواتا كيارا تينا ياي ون هيا يا ونا هيا يا تشهابا تيانا هيا تيانا شخط نوا تيانا هيا يا Yana hayana hoy yana hawana hoy ashwana hato Fortishna hota halaki yatahashne wate aya tuana hayat wate ashwana tawashi to ita nene shina digina titeri shito turna kachina manata erna arakachina riyatoni atahayna tushne hawatakiyawa Tiana Hatakiana Neragana Yandarena Hayana Hayane Narakiana Trunaya Takishana Hakatiana Takana Tiana Takashana Kiana Takana Kanashikiana Taka Shanakiana Takiana Takana Shanakiana Takana Shanakiana Takana Watawa Shnawa Oh Neo no
corre todo corre te que pasa no te corre tanto tanto
Yeshikuana tiene hiena tiene ani atene tishne watiena tishna buana de kiara tatana de kiara Sihiana tronana tishna trona ya takarana de kishnariana ta oshnoda tuna Sunaria tarena ya tena shituna kiana takena de kishnara kiana no dura na karana to Yashine watayana haya Shina tiana wana tikiana tayana hana shina tokana ta ana shina tiane shina katayana ata shina tutuna yeta hana tutuna tiana oh hina hayo Sohorana de yarno ini tianara. Konari tikai. Yetahana shuna takina tamana. Shuna tukwana turuna ai no shna hawata yanoa awa.
Hananara katashana katasana katashana. Tisanara kotono. Tisini arakata. Tawati naku tashani kia hote teikua. Siya bate. Hatakuar nator narakamakor ay naku masane kawata iyo no kui na kishiapu ni tamate na kutana kia honate. Amatai sini. I like that. I like also, yeah, a transmission, as we mentioned in the beginning of the session, a transmission is not only the verbal transmission, the signs transmissions are also light languages, and they are there to be seen, to be observed. Many of them I do look at them in the recording, because when I'm doing my transmissions, sometimes I feel like I need to close my eyes, sometimes not, sometimes yes, and sometimes I'm not as much as a receptor. I'm more being the channel, and I'm giving, no? And that's why I go to the video, and I look around, and wow, it's a lot of things happening at once. That you can, it's so massive, it's so huge what we do here, that you cannot catch every single thing. We are catching that in our soul, definitely we are. But it's also nice when I look to the videos and I see the signs. Wow, fascinates me. It really takes me into a hypnotical state, really, like if I hypnotized, and it takes me to feel beautiful things. Yeah, and many of them, they are meant to be seen, really. Or when I see them, I feel that. I feel like I'm so glad that I went back to the video to look for that. And usually I get the call, go to the video, go and check this. Oh, it's okay. And then I go and I find out about that, about what it was. Well, guys, do you want to share what you experienced, Sarah? What did you experience as a receiver?
I was melting in the sofa and feeling I was like in a jar with honey.
That's a very nice way to put it.
It was really good. It was really good. I wasn't aware that I was, well, in the end always right, but I was honest with me, because I didn't feel energized to give. So I accept the gift, and it was like really nice to be in this mode and relaxed and receiving. So it was, I was really enjoying it. Thank you, guys.
And this is a message for all of you light workers in the world as well. You often forget that you can give some time for yourselves to be the receivers. You are not only here volunteering to be givers, but also to receive. Because as we mentioned many times, in many weeks during these groups, we say that we got it from different channelers, from different messages, that it all get complete when we give and when we receive. It's as important be a giver as a receiver, and we are more like designed to give from what we've been programmed, and so it's important to also remind ourselves to give us the opportunity like Sarah just did. I'm so glad that this happened also, because it's part of the wholeness of what has happened today, which I think is perfect. I mean, the way we have all designers and architects of what it has happened here today, I think you have done a perfect, really, job, really, really. And I mean that with my entire soul, really, really, because I don't feel that there is nothing really to add unless you feel like adding more. But from my side, I'm perfectly happy and beyond happy. Anything you would like to add, Inola? Anything you would like to add to for tonight, today's session?
Other than I'm so glad I found this group and everyone in it, and Ismael, and thank you for starting the group, and everyone else. I love your energy. I'll be coming back for sure.
Yeah,
Thank
I really join this what Inola just said. I'm so thankful, infinitely grateful for having you guys here, for creating this oneness that we create together, so complete, so full of meaning, really, meaning to the heart, meaning to the mind, meaning in so many levels, really. So thank you so much for taking time from your due time to be here and share it with the world. Really, it's priceless, really. Wilma, would you like to add something else?
Yes, I felt like an invitation was being sent out. So there's no force, there's no you need to, you must, you have to. It was an invitation being sent out to connect with those aspects of yourself that are in different realms, different dimensions. I felt like I was pulling each one in, and bringing it in to integrate within your heart. And they were saying, you know, don't be fearful. These are all aspects of yourself. This is all your heart. This is all your complete beingness. You do not need to fear yourself. And that's all that you're inviting. You're just inviting aspects of yourself to reunite and come home within you.
A super big sherry on the top. Another sherry that you would like to add? Thank you so much, Wilma. That was a huge sherry. What about you, Melissa? You're okay? You have a message?
Yeah, I find a lot of like movement energy in that transmission. So like I got that we transmute through movement, allow the energy to flow through you, weave through our DNA, dance through life. Every movement, may every movement be a forward movement in our evolution. That's what I wrote down. But yeah, it's been absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So good energy.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Vladimir.
It's been a really good session. I didn't think I would be, here for that long, but I thought we had a good, we had a good flow going, good momentum. So now it's been really good to connect with with each and one of you, for sure. And I felt much more relaxed now than
Very good.
in the first session. So that's also good. And new
good.
things. I mean, I guess you discover new things each time.
Yes.
From not just what you do, but obviously from what everyone else is expressing.
Yes.
So it's mainly the connection that I really appreciate. I'm grateful for.
That takes you to another moment, no? That it pulls
Absolutely.
you to. It goes.
Absolutely, it's part of the game of synchronicities, and that propels you forward in your evolution.
And the other part that you mentioned about feeling more cozy this time, that's so natural as well. That's so natural. I mean, we shouldn't forget that we have that human side of us, that we the next time it will feel even better. Why? Because you already have shared all this beauty, all this love. So that's that happens also when I'm playing basketball with a bunch of guys and I meet them again. The next time we have fun like we had before, but an additional fun because we know each other a little bit more, no? And yeah, it's that's superhuman. Yeah. Thank you for sharing, Vladimir and Luis.
Thank you, every one of you.
Thank you. Luis, would you like to add something else to what has been said or from the experience that you might have had?
Firstly, I want to thank each and every one of you. At some point during the session today, I was feeling like I was purging, and it became very super heavy. And I was like, oh my God, I won't be able to deal with this. Like my mind started to create a lot of stories. And then I was like reborn like a phoenix. And oh yeah, I can deal with this. So learning to have patience.
Yeah.
It's like a big lesson for me. And like we have all the support, energetical support at this moment. And for me, it was kind of the contrary for a long time, where I was taking and receiving a lot, and I'm very pushed and excited and thrilled to start to give more. And I think this balance will help me a lot. And also with this last transmission, like I felt a lot of pleasure, like Kundalini energy. And also I really connected with what Wilma said about sometimes we tend to hide some aspects of ourselves, like usually more the feminine ones, the more sensitive ones. But yeah, it's awesome to know that they're here inside, and as we get more comfortable expressing it, like we start pulling them together, like Vladimir was also expressing with his light language. And I felt it was actually super complex. He was like uniting all of these dimensions into one and not merging them. And that's kind of what's happening right now, like collectively. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Luis, for sharing that. And yes, I saw also Vladimir creating similar to what Sarah mentioned before. It's like putting in order things. It's like having that functionality of we placing all the energy there, geometry there, and they were like putting in order the stuff, creating the alignment so that the stuff can be digested by our organisms here on Earth. It's like we were transmitting the light languages, and they were the ones putting the things in order to be digested in a better way, let's say, without creating more difficulty or overwhelming feeling, really.
It's interesting. It's interesting that you comment on that, because that was new. I haven't actually done that before. Only
and Sarah was new also. For her was new also. Today she I mean, maybe you have been doing that for centuries and ages, but today is when you consciously got to the oh my God, I'm doing this really.
I've done that in my so with the consciousness, when I meditate, I see those kind of that kind of build up, you know, the like that. But I haven't. The evening was actually the first time that I did it with movements, you know.
And more
Yeah.
consciously, no, and in a unique experience once again.
Yeah,
because it feels really unique and
and
surprising.
you picked up on that. You guys picked up on that. That's
very much.
that's really nice.
We all did the picking up, because what I feel is like, if I get to one point, is because you help me to get to that point. And the other way around, it's like we are helping each other to get to the different points where we are getting. And it's amazing, because without you, I wouldn't have got there. Maybe to talk to this black lady with hybrid features. Maybe not, or maybe yes, because Wilma brought her here. God knows, but what I feel every day more and more is that this is all together, working together. I mean, it's incredible. It's a collective thing.
The last transmission for me, I just saw this like clear network of support and so this, it goes both directions, the giving and receiving. And Sarah said it was warm and like honey. For me, I've just been shown that receiving is what I need to work on more. And my verbal communication, lack thereof today, has been because I'm really trying to just be rather than and receive. In order to receive, you have to be and not be thinking and not doing. So it's a whole, it's challenging. But that support, I don't know, this not last transition, the one before, I just saw this white room where it just felt that we were connected, and that everything that you needed was provided in this space. And so we kind of create this physical space digitally to be shown it in the, I don't know, ethereal. So yeah, I'm so grateful for each and every one of you, and everybody brings such a unique element to this group.
Thank you for putting another cherry on the cake, because this is really, really important. What you just said, you describe it so well. Is we are so in the presence of being that we forget the receiving, and the being without the receiving is not being. We have to be the giving and the receiving. Definitely, it's like you really put it into words so well. Incredible. Thank you so much, and thank you so much, lovely. And Christy wants to maybe say goodbye, because her computer dropped or something happened, because she suddenly disappeared and she's trying to enter. No. Hello, Christy.
Hi, sorry, my battery died.
Hello. Yeah, the battery died, no? Yeah, okay. Would you like to add anything else to the of what we've been talking about, and just share that it's not only about being with yourself. It's like when you are really being with yourself is when you are also receiving. So sometimes we focus so much in being with ourselves that we forget that we have to be receivers. So that happened to the human being in huge amount of way to everyone. Yeah, good reminder. Yeah,
that's awesome, because I was just that whole idea of, we have to be able to receive and give and receive, like how our energy grows, how our vibration grows when I give and I receive too, because if I'm not receiving it, I'm not growing in order to be able to give. So that's so, I love it. I love everybody. I love the time that we spend together. I just don't even want to leave right now. I don't want us to all go. I love you guys so much. Today has been different for whatever reason or whatever that means, it's just been kind of a little bit more connected, a little bit more expansive, whatever that seems to mean. That's kind of how I experienced this today. It was just the same but very different.
We are going every week to another level, and that will go on. And how do I know that? Because I've been running the group since November 2019, and that's my personal experience every week. It's like it goes to another level. Often I say it cannot be more than this, and there is always more than this. There is always more than this, and that's why they keep reminding us that keep yourself open and excited, because there is so much to come. There is so much to have fun with, and it's not gonna come everything at once. So you will be digesting everything as you go on, and open your doors and windows and everything that means your being to everything, and enjoy. Give the allowance to a space and time for yourself, for others, and keep expanding, because there is so much goodness coming through, and it will keep coming. So a lot of excitement ahead. So give it up, especially in those moments when we feel like everything is stuck. And there are moments of despair, and this is the worst years of my life, and blah blah. Especially when we get to those moments and those points, remember these things, or just go to the video and check and say, oh my God, I totally forgot again. And we have this tendency, but this, when we forget, it's not accidental neither. Because sometimes we blame ourselves for forgetting what we already spoke about maybe the previous week. This is not accidental. It's part of the process itself as well. So do not despair on those things. Don't be harsh in yourselves. Don't say to yourself, oh, silly me, again that I forgot. No, you haven't forgotten that by accident. It's part of the process so that you can reach another higher level than the one you were even before. So this keeps going, and nothing is accidental, really, nothing. So much love to everyone. Have a lovely week. Gratitude infinite, as always. And I look forward to see you again, guys and girls. Much love. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.